If you are watching this video, you know that one of the hardest things you will ever do in your life is to raise a child. And every day you are likely asking yourself, am I good enough? Am I doing good enough for my child? Am I a good enough mom? Am I a good enough dad? Am I a good enough parent? Well, if this is something that you ask yourself, you are going to really appreciate this video. We're going to talk about how you can know that you are good enough for your child, that you are a good enough mom, dad, parent. So stay tuned. My name is Jillian. I'm a licensed clinical professional counselor, and my business, Fly on the Wall Counseling, is all about equipping and educating parents with the tools and information they need to increase their confidence, to get rid of guilt, and to restore peace to their hearts and to their homes. And so today we're going to do that through talking about how do you know if you're really a good enough parent. Well, in my years of experience in working with children, families, and parents, I can tell you with 100% certainty that if you are constantly asking yourself if you are good enough, and you are constantly seeking out information, affirmation, and ways to be sure that what you're doing is truly good enough for your child, you probably are. In my experience working with children, the parents who asked the most questions, that sent me the most emails, that checked in on their child on times before their kiddos got in trouble, those were the parents who truly were doing enough for their child, that were always trying to better themselves, that wanted to know what techniques was I using in therapy and in their child's day-to-day that was working, and how could that translate into their home setting. Those were the parents who were really on track. It was the parents who I would spend an hour on the phone with after school because they were concerned about their child and wanting and desiring support and help to know how to best serve their child and allow them to thrive. So, if you are somebody who is Googling constantly and you are somebody who is asking questions to your pediatrician and looking into what might be going on, is there a diagnosis? How can I support my child? What is sensory processing? Looking into all of those things, including how am I giving them, what kind of food do they need to eat? What kind of supplements? All sorts of different ways that you can serve your child. If you are constantly asking those questions, if you are seeking out information, if you are questioning whether you are good enough, you likely are. But here's the hard part. Parents who are good enough often won't admit to themselves that they are. And you know what? That's even an indicator as well that you are doing a phenomenal job, because good enough is never good enough for you, because you believe your child always deserves more, always deserves your best. And if we are honest with ourselves, nobody is ever at their best. We are always improving. We are always growing. You are, your child is. And so who you are today is not who you're going to be in 2 years. And so you're going to constantly be improving yourself as you are helping your child to improve themselves. And so continue to do the searching, continue to educate yourself, continue to seek out support. And the question I get a lot of times is, so, okay, maybe I'm good enough. Maybe the way that I love my child, the way that I provide for my child is good enough. But what if I want better? How do I know if I need support or I need that extra boost to get my child to that point where I want them to be? Here's what I like to encourage parents to think about. Are you going to bed every night having a lot of anxiety or really worrying about whether your child's future is looking good, or could there be some things that you're really worried about in terms of how they turn out? Are you sick of asking yourself, is this a phase? Is this something they're going to grow out of? If this is truly causing you angst on a regular basis and it's distressing to you, it doesn't matter how normal a child behavior or emotion is. If it's causing you distress, it merits you getting the support and care that you need. And in my experience, Googling just doesn't cut it. Google doesn't know how to speak to your specific situation. It gives very generalized information, which can sometimes make you feel like you're not doing good enough because it's information that's so obvious that it makes you think, well, if this is all that needs to be done and I'm doing it, there must be something wrong with my child, or there must be something wrong with me. And that's not necessarily the case. Google does not have all your answers. Sometimes you need specifically tailored support to your situation that takes your child's motivators into account, takes your child's personality into account, takes your personality, your schedule, your level of flexibility all into account to make sure that you have systems in place in your home that actually work and that actually get to the heart of your issues. So if you are feeling distressed, if you are frustrating, if you are desiring to go from what's normal to being able to really capitalize and be able to build into your child for them to be more than just normal or normal functioning for their specific diagnosis, if they have a diagnosis. If you are wanting to go beyond that and you are thinking about it constantly, it is absolutely okay to seek out support. And so I want to validate that desire in your heart for you to go beyond where you are, to grow yourself, to grow your child. I would love to be able to support you in this way. So if you are wanting to connect and talk through your desires and dreams for your child and for your household and your peace of mind, let's be sure to connect. But please take away from this that if you are thinking about this on a regular basis, you likely are good enough. And if you need to listen to this video again, or you know somebody who could use this message, watch the video, share the video, keep it close on hand, encourage yourself, because mom, dad, you deserve it.